Hello everyone. We'll be starting with the event in another 2 minutes. Please be patient. Thank you.
A warm welcome and greetings to everyone from us to you. I guess we can start now. So I'm Bhavani, doing my second year at SRM Ramapuram. I hope everyone is safe and thrilled to be in the final ride of Android Study Jams 103, conducted by Developer Students Club at SRM Ramapuram. So I would love to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Kishore Tiraj. Mr. Kishore is a person who's a co-founder and a mentor for Android development in Technology Campus. Not only that, he's also a junior coach for Android development at Unschool. Mr. Kishore is vastly skilled at Kotlin, Flutter, front-end development, Android development, and he's also an amazing UX designer. It really is a true inspiration for us, seeing you achieving things in a very young age, Mr. Kishore. Thank you for joining us. So, in today's session, we would be showing demo projects by a speaker, Mr. Kishore, which would give you more insights and ideas to build your own projects and how to build your resume to showcase your experience, education, skills in a standardized format and talk about the future trends too. At last, we'll be having this Q&A session where Mr. Kishore would answer to your questions. So please stay tuned for that and shoot your questions out. So if you have any queries, please to drop your queries in the comment section. Our community people will assist you as soon as possible. So what is DSC and what do we do here? DSC, Developer Students Club, is a community which plays a vital role in helping students bridge the gap between theoretical and practical knowledge. We believe that knowledge is power and technology can do extraordinary things for the world. We work with communities to solve real-life problems too. We help students who are struggling to pursue their career and empower them. Developer Students Club help you to discover more new technologies also. We mainly focus on Google technologies like Firebase, Flutter, Google Cloud, TensorFlow, and much more, and Android too. So in a previous session, 30 days of Google Cloud, students who finished these tracks, track 1 or track 2, got these amazing striking goodies like Google t-shirts, bags, Google stickers, but no worries. In this Android Study Jams, you would be getting certificate of completion, Google Cloud badges, and extraordinary projects to add up to your portfolio. Our speaker Krishnan will elaborate how to claim these amazing perks. As you know, this is Android Study Jams 103. In 101 and 102 rides, we had discussed topics like basis of Android Studio, Kotlin, and how to build your own Hello World app. Isn't that amazing? In 102, we dived into topics like Git, GitHub, version control, DevOps. If you hear and already have no idea what Android Study Jams 101 and 102 is, do visit our YouTube channel, DSC SRM IST Ramapuram campus for this events. We'll drop those links in the comment section. Please do check it out. And also, there are these amazing, incredible domains we work. There are artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, AR, VR game development, and Android and web development, cloud. Not only that, we work with communities to do research and build projects on these. As I told you, we help students to empower them. So we conduct these super interesting sessions where we have Google AI Explore ML, boot camps, hands-on workshops, cloud study jams like this Android study jams, expert tech talks who has an immense experience in tech industry, and also these mind-blowing solution challenges. And these are our social media handles. Please feel free to drop your queries. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, we have this amazing quizzes going on once in a week in our Instagram page. Follow us for more fun tech facts. Thank you for being patient. Over to you, Krishnan.
Thank you for your introduction, Bhavani. I hope everyone would have now got idea about what's Developer Students Club and what we are doing here. Now that's out of the record. Now let's start focusing about our current event, Android Study Jam. Let me present my screen. Okay, first of all, Android Study Jam, we started at December. Now we are at January. We have conducted 3 sessions. I hope many people have joined our previous session, enjoyed it. Today, for those who are new here, you have no idea about Android Study Jam. Well, it's never too late to start. We are here, and Android Study Jams will happen till our 24th night, 12 p.m. So you have time till that to complete Android Study Jam. Before that, let me give you an idea about what's Android Study Jam. Well, here in Android Study Jam, we as a community come together, help you learn Android or any other study for that case. Here now we are learning Android. So when you take Android, there are lots of components. It's a huge domain. You might have no idea where to start, what to do next. That's why we are here. Here we have got the tracks, the syllabus from Google themselves, stating you from start till end will be there. Will be helping you with every step of the way. As you people who would have completed the Android Study Jam by now would have understand. Well, if you are starting now also, it's a very good opportunity for you to learn. These courses are high level courses, not just high level. They will take you from low level to high level, but the quality of the courses are so awesome. It's 100% free. Well, there are 2 tracks. If you're completely new to programming language, if you don't know any programming language like C, C++, Python, or Java, any other programming language, you can go to new to programming language. And then if you already have a programming skill like C, C++, Python, you know an object-oriented programming language, then we recommend you to take a prior programming experience. Well, there is a small changes, like there are small changes which will be updating there in the tracks. Make sure you follow them, update yourselves. Even after the Android Study Jam ends, you can access the portal and learn. We are here to help you. We'll be helping you all the way through. So if you complete this Android Study Jam before January 24th, we will be giving you a submission link. We also have a WhatsApp group. You can join there. We will be updating everything there, and we will be updating in our social handles too. Make sure you are updated. If you haven't joined our dashboard, make sure you join there. We are giving every update like in these 3 platforms. Even if you are registered for our event, you will be receiving mails from us. Well, now that you have got idea about what these 2 tracks are, well, new to programming track doesn't need any prerequisite. Only the small prerequisite like basic computing skills, math skills, and obviously you need a computer or a laptop to install your Android Studio and work on it. Without laptop you can't do anything. Well, so that's the prerequisite for new to programming track. Well, we'll be having 6 batches initially, and then 4 more additional batch for navigation. If you could able to complete it, you can complete it and then submit our forms. Well, these are easy. This is a new to programming track. It will be very easy. It hardly takes few hours for you to complete. If you have any doubts, you can ping back to us. We will be helping you. And then in prior programming experience track, you need basics of other programming language. Like you need an object-oriented level of thinking, like classes, objects. If you don't know, no worries. You can do the new to programming track and come to prior programming track. If you have missed our previous events, we have already talked about the GitHub, how to using an IDLE. We have also gave you an idea about what actually Android Study Jam is in detail about all these batches. And then we also explained you about the basics of Kotlin programming language, how the Android studio works, like how to start your virtual machine, etc. Everything we have already done. If you have missed it, no worries. We have all the events in our YouTube link. We'll be posting the links after my presentation is over. Well, that's it. So in prior programming track, we have 10 batches. Each batch will contain a specific domain you can cover inside the Android. Well, again, it's the same prerequisite. You need a computer internet connection. If you don't have an Android device, it's completely fine. You can connect. You can. There is an inbuilt virtual machine with which you can work on. If you don't have it, then if your computer doesn't support a virtual machine or anything, no worries. You can have a USB cable, plug it to your phone, and perform USB tethering. We have explained about all these in our previous session. We'll send you the links also. So it's simple, like you need to go to this link, register with your Gmail or any Google account so that you're logged into your started, you get a participant badge from the Android Study Jams, and then you need to create a developer profile. Once you create a developer profile, all your batches, all your progress will be saved there. So to complete any batch, it's any unit, it's simple. Like first, you need to choose a pathway. Once you choose a pathway, there will be something called as videos in it. Once you watch the videos, you'll get an idea of what's inside the pathway. Once you watch the videos, you need to go to the code lab and then start coding there. Like they will give you coding examples. You need to take the coding examples. There is an online Kotlin compiler. If you want, you can also take it offline, work on it, no worries. And then at the end, there will be a quiz. Once you complete a quiz, you'll get a badge. For every badge, it's the same procedure. You need to watch a video and then perform the lab, and then you complete your quiz, you get your badge. That's the procedure. Okay, that's pretty much it. If you complete it before 24th, you'll be getting an awesome certificate. If you have completed new to programming language, you'll get a participation certificate. If you complete prior programming experience, that is the track 2, if you complete it, you will be getting a special certificate from Google. Thank you. So make sure you go and subscribe to our social handles. I'll be posting all the links in the chat box. Over to you. Thank you for being here, and very warm greetings. Thank you.
So guys, can I take over the session?
Yes, you can. A very warm welcome to Kishore here. He'll be moving on with this session where he'll be doing all his project. He'll be showing off his projects, how to build your resume, and how to move upon with this as your career. Thank you, Kishore. Thank you for being here. You can continue the session.
Yeah, is my video audible? Is my video can be seen?
Yes, you are audible.
My video.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, I think so. I can see my video. Hi guys. So I welcome you all to the Android Study Gems, and I thank Developer Student Club of SRM for providing me this opportunity. So guys, I'll be excited. Whatever doubt you have, you can directly put in the chat. No worries. I will be answering on the go, or else let me keep that in the question answer session. So let me share my screen. Can you confirm me that is my screen is visible?
It's visible.
Okay. So guys, without wasting the time, like there is no introduction about me because everything is as said. So what we're gonna see today is like first I'm gonna take 3 projects. One project will be basic level, another will be medium level, and another will be somewhat hard because it requires some network connection. So we will go step by step from basic to hard level. So first in the 1 hour we will finish 3 projects. The first project will be like guess the number app. So what is this app? So this app basically is like mobile will guess a number from say 1 to 10 or 1 to 100, sorry, and then you are able to enter some inputs into the mobile, you can enter 1 or 2 or 3. Like if you enter, keep on entering means it will say like the number is lower, the number is higher, and after entering the correct number, it shows the entered number is correct. So to do that project, let me open my Android Studio. So in that, I'm selecting an empty screen. I keep this app as guess number maybe, and the package name is somewhat com.my name, and then I'm setting the minimum SDE as Android Nougat, and then click finish. So wait for some time. See, like after opening the project, like creating a new project. So in this app, basically we need 2 things. The first thing is like the first screen, which is like more or less like a splash screen. The second screen is the main activity. So in the first screen, there is nothing but a button. Okay, so we can drag and drop a button here. So since I'm using constraint layout, don't forget to constrain in all the corners. And name this button as like play. Now instead of this hello world, enter the name of the app. Okay. And increase the size of that, just type size, and 50 SP, 45 SP. Okay, perfect. And then maybe change the color to something like black itself. Okay, so this is the first screen. So like guys, I'm not concentrating more about UI because in this we're gonna do more on the coding part rather than the UI part. So UI is like just simple. So after that, what you're gonna do is like go to the main activity. So the idea of the button is button. Okay. So in this project, I'm gonna use a new. In this project, I'm gonna use a new topic. Maybe you have heard in the previous seminars or talks, but now I'm gonna use view binding. See guys, you always use find view by ID in all the XML files to link with the Kotlin file. But if you use view binding, means everything will become so easier. You no need to declare all the find by UDs. Like see, if there is button, means no need to link every time the button. So for that, go to the Gradle, go to the module lab. After this, do something like build features. In that, you binding. Don't get confused. Like if you start using means it will be more familiar. And then click sync now. Actually, this feature should be a capital letter. Don't try to mess up with the Gradle file. Okay, so after the Gradle is finished, go to the main activity. In that, to initialize view binding, put a private latent var. So your latent var is nothing but I'm not going to assign anything to that now. So only latent keyword is used. If you're going to assign something, you no need to use latent. So for as of now, since this binding is going to be null, I'm just naming it as latent, and then name the variable as binding, and then activity main binding. Okay, so this is the binding variable. So to inject view binding into the project, just after this line, all the binding equal to activity main binding dot not bind activity main binding dot inflate. Okay, inflate into layout inflator. Why I'm using this you will get to understand. We are changing, and then in the set content view, take this and inflate binding dot root. So guys, what I have done is I created a variable for binding, and then I coupled the XML files with the binding and then put it in the set content view. So now whatever IDs in the XML file can be taken by the binding. So with the help of the binding, you can access all the XML files. Okay. So now what we're gonna do now? So this is the first activity. What we're gonna do is now, if you click the button, you should go to the another page. So there is nothing much worry in that. Just create a activity, new activity, empty activity. It can be as not a problem, and then the source is Kotlin, and then click finish. Okay. So after that, now if the button is clicked, it should move to the next activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna set a click listener to the button. So how I'm gonna do is just call binding. So this is same keyword for everything. Binding dot. What is the ID of the button? It's button. Okay, button dot set on click listener. That's all. Inside that, you can normally use that intent. While intent is used to move from one ID to another. Val is equal to intent from this. So this is used to this it represents this activity. To which activity you want to go? It's main activity to class.java. So this is the keyword for the intent. Okay. Now to initiate this, start activity, inside that put intent. Okay. So if you try to run the app now, it's still running. Yeah. So nothing, just text view and okay. So why it has been like this means I didn't align that properly. Or as of now, just putting the size as small. Okay. So now in this activity only, we're gonna have all the functions of the app. So let's take out the main activity. So in main activity 2, what I'm gonna do is just go to the XML file. I think I already created the UIs. Yeah. So see, I'm not gonna build UIs from the first because it takes too much time. So I'm just copying my UI and I will explain you how it is done. Actually, I copied the first part. Okay, wait. Yeah, so this is the UI for this app. So don't worry, like I will explain from the first. So guys, I have used relative layout and the layout is match parent. So it occupies the full screen. So inside the relative layout, I have used 2 text views. First text view says guess the number, it's just a heading. And second text view is also like we're telling user what to do, like hi, I'm thinking a number from 1 to 100. Can you guess it? So third one is I done a edit text because the user need to like we need to enter the number to the mobile. So I'm just keeping an edit text. Its ID is user guess, and it has size 20 ASP. It has gravity center because I want text to be in the center. And then I set up input type as only number because there should be no text in the field because we are only guessing the numbers. Okay. And then again a button. This button is used to check the guess. Like if we type 5 and check guess means the mobile will tell if the number is correct or wrong, or it is lower or higher. Okay. So now and then
Mr. Kishore, you have muted. Your mic is mute.
okay. Actually, which muted?
Right now.
Okay. So no problem. So in this activity also, I'm gonna use same thing, same binding, and then same binding variable, and do binding is equal to activity. See guys, don't forget to put the main too. You should not use main because it's for another activity. And then inflate it to the layout inflator. Okay. Then set the content view as root. So that's all. See, using binding like view binding is your visually. You can use traditional find view ID also, but it takes so much code so that for me using binding is very useful. So now the logic of the app is there should be the range of numbers from 1 to 100. So we declare a variable called minimum number is equal to 1. Okay, and we declare another variable where maximum number equal to 100. So now we have range, like I want a random number from 1 to 100. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare another variable to store the generated number. To store the random number, I'm going to get var number is equal to, see, I'm used var because it keeps on changing, right? So I keep this as var is equal to, okay, maybe I will declare this as global variable. So for now, I'm initializing this to 0. Int is nothing but the data type of the variable. So now I can access number here since it's a global variable, and then number is equal to. So as of now, I didn't have any method to like get the random number or else any library. So I'm just putting any name. I'm gonna create a method hereafter only. Get random number. Inside that, I'm gonna pass minimum and maximum. So see, this method is not exist till now. Hereafter only I'm gonna create that. Okay, so first let me go and create that method. To create that method, put a see method should be always created outside this parenthesis, not inside on create. It should be always outside. Private fun, get random number. So what parameters I should pass? It is max, data type is integer, and the min data type is integer same. And then I'm gonna mention the return type as int because we need to have the number. So since I mentioned the return type as int, I should use return keyword. I'm gonna do is there is a library in the Java called math. I'm gonna import that math dot random into. So it's like a formula for generating random number. You don't need to like understand this. You need to memorize it. So this is the way because it's used everywhere. Okay, so many of them would be confused in this stage. So what I done is like I imported the math library. Inside the library, there is a function called random, which used to generate the random number, and then this is used to tell the range because we need random numbers only from 1 to 100. So maximum number minus minimum number, and then we multiply it with the math.random, and then we are adding the minimum number. So in that way, there is a random number generated, and then we are changing into int because we want integer only. So now I can set the functionality to this button. So first let me set the functionality to this button. If user press play again means what should happen? So I'm gonna call the binding. What is the name of this button? It's play again. So binding dot play again. See, you can access that and set on click listener. Inside that, you don't need to do just a one line code. You need to go back. So what should you do? You need to go back to the first page. So what should you do means on back pressed. That's all. Okay. So there is only one thing to make, which is setting functionality to this button. We got a random number. We got the functionality of the button. We got minimum and maximum values. So now all binding and dot. What is the name of this? ID is button guess. So binding dot button guess dot set on click listener. Inside that, we need to get the value which user has entered. So which is, I'm going to create a variable like user guess, the number which user guessed. So, and then we need to compare with the system guessed. So how can we get the data? So using that edit text, right? Using this edit text. So what is the name of the edit text? Actually, name of the edit text is also user guess. So don't get confused here. They both have same names. You can have different names. So I'm gonna store the user guess to the user guess itself. So I'm gonna call binding user guess dot text dot to string. So we always get using toString, but we don't need string here. So we are changing it to int. Okay. So now, so have you guys heard about the when statement? Instead of using if else statement, I'm gonna use when statement here. Especially in Kotlin, it's not in Java. So when user guess is less than the guessed number, what I'm gonna do is, this is like equal to, but use this symbol wisely. What I'm gonna do is open the curly braces. I'm gonna set a toast. I hope everybody knows how to do a toast. In that, I'm gonna say think of higher number. Try again. Then another point is, if the user guess is greater than number, what happens? Open the curly braces. Same toast, you can copy this. Instead of that, think of lower number. Okay. What if? Okay, now you need not use the user guess. Just pull else. And of course, else inside that another toast application context. Application to contact, it means activity. Congratulations. So you need to get congratulations. Like the dollar symbol, and then embed the system guess. Nothing but what is the name of the variable number. So just using the dollar symbol, number. Okay, so that's all. So I think you can see the app. So I'm clicking play. If I put 5 means think of higher number. So I'm taking that and I'm putting 50. Still says think of higher number. And I'm putting 70. Still says think of higher number. And I'm putting 90. See, congratulations, you have guessed the number right. If you want to play again, just click play again. Put now as 50. See, now the number will be changed. See, if I put 50, it shows higher, but if I put 70, it shows lower. So I should guess in between 50 and 70. So I'm putting 60. So still lower. So I think so it's between 50 to 60. So I'm putting 55. Still lower. So it should be 54. See, congratulations, you have guessed the number. It's 54. Okay. So guys, this is all about the guess the number app, a small app, simple app. So is there any doubt on this app? Why we use dot in function in the return statement when we are passing integer values to random function? Because like we are saying like see how can I tell you? See, we are directly having the function in the variable itself. So if you want to return, you need to mention the type of return. What type of return are you? Like if you're going to return a string or if you're going to return a boolean or if you're going to return an integer. So only I mentioned int as return type. So we need to mention which is the return type. See, this two int is for parameters. This int for return type. What is the type of the return? It is a string or something. Okay. I've answered your question. Okay. So guys, tell me in the chat, can I go to the next project? Or else is there any doubt in that? Can you hear me right? Yes, okay. So I will move on to the next project. Next project is nothing but the known project for you, everybody. It's a calculator app. So every new Android developers always start with that project because it's a kind of app that have so much work on UI also. But I'm not gonna build the UI. I'm just gonna do the Kotlin part. UI is already available for me in my GitHub. So I will share the link of my GitHub profile. So this top 3 projects will be the 1, 2, and 3. These 3 projects I'm gonna build. So I share my link so that if you have any doubts regarding these projects, you can always visit that site and get the code. So while building, you can refer if you've done any mistakes or not. Okay. So regarding the another project, let me start a new project. Same empty activity. This project is called calculator. So I'm typing this name as calculator. I hope spelling is right. Calculator for Google Developer Club. DSC. Developer Student. Okay. Same. I'm gonna use the language of Kotlin. Minimum API is Android 7. And then package name. It can be anything. And then click on finish. So now in this project also, I'm gonna use the same view binding. Watch the steps clearly. Go to the Gradle scripts in the build.gradle. Go to this, type build features view binding equal to true. Okay, then sync now. So after successful syncing, close this, go to the activity. So here also I'm not gonna do more UI. I already have that calculator app. So I'm just gonna see, it's a big UI. It's a very, very large. Copy. Paste. It shows many errors because these colors are not readily available. So what I'm gonna do is open the resource, values, colors. I'm gonna copy colors also. I'm just replacing the colors. Okay. Actually, this is not the original one. So what is this theme folder is, it has all the information about your app. See, this is used for light mode and this is for dark mode. Since many of the phone now uses dark mode, this is in the new update. Before that, it used to be named like styles. Now it is themes. So close this. See, now we have got a beautiful UI. So see guys, this UI is practically impossible to build in inside a 20-minute gap because it takes at least 30 to 40 minutes to actually explain and build this UI. See, the code itself this much long. So, but let me quickly explain about the UI. Okay, so what they have done is there is linear layout, which is parent for all the layout in this main activity. So it's same match parent, which means it takes the full screen. Background is black, so only we got black color here. And then inside that there is a two text views. See, you can't see the text because there is no text inside that. See, you can see the blue color thing. You can see the blue color. See, these are the two text views. It is called as TV input. It is called as TV output. And this ellipse size is because you can see that dot. Like if there are more than 10 numbers, the first 5 numbers will show, and other 5 numbers will be like small dots. To attain that, we use ellipse size, and the gravity end is because to place in this position, and Android single line is equal to true because it only has to do a single line thing, so it's true. And text is nothing because we no need to do any default text because calculator we need to give the input to the users, and then that's all. The second text view is also like same, nothing much different. And third one is, so first inside the linear layout there are two text views. After that we are opening another linear layout, which is nothing but this area. See, this blue color area. First two text views and then linear layout. So it is in the vertical, so all the elements will be arranged in the vertical order. So inside that we open another linear layout. It is because if you arrange vertical means the C itself will take this much position. and another bracket and another bracket, but we don't need that. We need to arrange the next by next. So another linear layout is opened in the horizontal format, and inside that there are 4 buttons: button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. First button is clear, open bracket, close bracket, and then division button. Okay, the same thing only followed every time, just a copy and paste thing. Okay, same another linear layout which is horizontal, button, another button, again horizontal linear layout, button, again horizontal linear layout, inside that button, four buttons inside that, and again another linear layout which consists of again 4 buttons. So what here is, in last linear layout we have done 3 buttons, and the last button we have done is in relative layout because it's in the bigger size. You can also like no need to use relative layout, just if you take also no problem, nothing will change. See, no issues. So since it's confusing, I took the relative layout out. So it's a linear layout, again 4 buttons. So what here happened is, inside this big linear layout there are 5 linear inside this one vertical linear layout there are 5 horizontal linear layout. Okay, so that's the concept here. Inside every horizontal linear layout there are 4 buttons, and every button is named in its own way. Okay, so that's all about the UI. If anything is in UI, you can post in the question and answer session. After this project, I will try to cover everything in the UI. Okay, so it's also same view binding. What we're gonna do, same. Private latent var binding is equal to activity main binding. Okay. So get the variable, same activity binding. So click the second one, inflate, and then inflate the layout inflator. And again inside set content view, take this, since you use binding dot root. Okay, that's all. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna set click listeners to all this button. Like there are separate, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 I will do separately. These other things I will do separately. Okay. There are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 buttons here. And then 5 buttons here. So first, like we can separate it using, like we can call this as numbers, we can call this as symbols. Okay. First I'm gonna do for numbers. I'm just commenting. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to set the click listener individually. How come I'm gonna do? Call binding. What is the name of the first button? BTN00. Okay. Dot set on click listener. Inside that, there is no predefined function for this. I'm going to use the user defined function. So for that, I create a function called private fun you can keep this as any name, append click, or you can keep this as click. Function name is your wish only. So what this function is going to do is it's going to take the input from the user using the click. If the user clicks 1, it should show 1 here. If the user clicks 2, it should show 2 here. So we're going to perform this operation in this function. Before that, I'm going to set all the click listener. What I'm going to do is append the click. What I'm going to pass is I'm going to pass 2 things. One, if we click numbers, we should pass true. Nothing but I'm going to get a Boolean as one parameter and string as another parameter. Okay, so here I'm going to pass true. And 0, 0. So if you click on button 0, 0, we should pass the thing 0, 0. So guys, this is an example of one thing. So likewise, we need to create 15 other things. Okay. I'm just using Control D and duplicating all the lines. So what I'm going to do is change the button to 0 and change the string to 0. So whatever button you're clicking, that string should be passed. So change the button to 1, change the string to 1, change the string to 2, again. I think everything is okay till now. So what are the missing? Only one missing is, I think so, this dot, this bracket and clear will all go into this side. So only numbers is enough for the numbers. This clear and equal to, everything will be in the. So I'm just copying this line one more and then changing this to dot, since the button is dot. See where this name came from? Nothing but it's the name of the button ID. See, button 1, button 2, button 3, button multiply, button 4, button 5. So now we have finished the numbers. So see, this function should identify the user clicked on a button or not. If you clicked on the button, the Boolean value will be true. If it is not a button, the Boolean value should false. So let's see for symbols. Symbols is nothing but same binding btn plus set on click listener, append the click. Inside that, only one change. Put it as false. For symbols, you need to put as false. And pass the string. What is this button? Button plus. So pass plus. Okay. Same like for minus, multiplication, division, left bracket and right bracket. So change the button to btn minus and change the string to minus. Change the button to btn multiply. Change the button to multiply. Change the button to btn divide. Then same thing. Use the divide symbol. Change the button to btn left bracket. So opening bracket is called as left bracket. I'm gonna change that to opening bracket, right bracket. Okay. So now there are other two things here. This clear and equal to. So that also said that thing. Binding dot button equal to is equal to dot. I'm gonna use a function called calculate. Actually, that function is not yet done by me. I'm just using the name. Another thing is binding dot btn clear dot same. Set on click listener equal to here. This function also is not defined by me. Okay. So first let's define the clear function. Clear function is nothing but private from using the binding so what I have done is using the binding I have called the first text view and get the text and assign it to nothing. So it will clear the text. Whenever using the calculator, if you click the clear button means this is the way that it is cleared. Not only input, we need to clear the output also. Say same binding TV output equal to okay. So this function is finished. Now we will move to the append function. In append function, what I'm gonna do is using I will need to put try block methods. So it's just used to handling the exceptions. So using the try method, I'm just getting a variable input. So in the calculator app, there should be a library we are using. It is called as expression library. So to access the library, open the build.gradle file. So here you should add the library. So this thing will be found in my GitHub profile. You can go to the same location, build.gradle. But for now, I am in the notepad itself. So this is the thing. Just add it. net.object_expression. So it is an inbuilt calculator that can be used very handy while building these types of apps. So after syncing, so what I'm gonna do is after getting the input from the user, I'm gonna inject that into the expression library. So how I'm gonna do? Just call the expression. Expression builder. See, okay, now need to import that. Alt plus enter. Import, that's all. Open the bracket. So inside that, I'm gonna pass the input. So whichever input you are getting in this area from the user, whichever input. So if you type 586, it will be entered here. So that input you're gonna pass. So how can you pass? Binding dot tv input dot text dot toString. Okay. So, but to trigger this expression builder, just add dot build. Okay. So then, since the input is passed, everything is set. So where can we store the output? The input is passed and you are passing it to the expression builder. How can we evaluate the output? Like if we pass 1 plus 3 means it should give 4. So to do that, do another variable, name it as output. In that output, call the input and then use evaluate. So after setting this, using the input, just adding evaluate will give the result 4. See, in this expression builder, we are passing 1 plus 3. We are passing 1 plus 3. Now 1 plus 3 is stored in the input. To execute that, in the output, you are calling this 1 plus 3 and set to evaluate. If you set evaluate, it will automatically deduct the whatever plus symbols, minus symbols there, and then give the result. So now 4 is stored in the output result. After that, I'm gonna change the output to I'm creating another variable called long output. I'm going to change the output to the long data type because long is nothing but many numbers. So you can more than 10 or 15 numbers if you're doing means to execute that. So in that long, I'm gonna pass output and convert this to long because see now it's in the string type. We are in the string type because expression builder, even though it adds numbers, it gets the input as a string only. So I'm converting it to the long and then I'm checking if our output equal to long output dot double. I'm using double because to check the if there is any decimal numbers. Means using the help of binding, I'm going to set the output to the all the text view, and I'm going to set long output dot toString because text view only takes things as string. You cannot directly pass the long input to the output text view. You need to change that to string. Okay, and then I'm clearing the input. This is because we don't need old things. So then in the else part, then if the condition is false means what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna call the output and set the text to output. That's all. I'm not gonna use long output, just normal output. Okay, that's all. So since it shows error because since I used try, you need to always use catch. function. Okay. So inside that, you can do any log to check for any errors. I'm just printing the exception. If you go to the logcat and in the error part, if you type MSG in the top search means, you will get what error you found. If there is no error, no problem. This is just used for debugging the code efficiently. So now this is used. There is only one more balance, calculate part. Same. After the on create, just click and then private actually what I've done is I made a small mistake. I've done this for calculate only. Okay, for append I didn't do anything till now. Okay, so don't get confused here. What I've done is I wrote the function for calculate in the append click. So nothing, just change the name to calculate. So what is now missing is private and append click. So inside that, what boolean and then calculate spelling is wrong. And the string. So this append click is nothing but see whatever button you click, same function only going to execute, but in different ways. If you click a button 0 means 0 will be in that display. Okay. So in the append click, first I'm going to check what if true. I'm directly passing boolean because boolean and I can pass boolean equal to true. But I don't need that because it's already a boolean value. So if true means it will execute. So since we are using direct booleans, just if boolean itself in us, you don't need to check it with the true. So inside that, if the boolean is numbers means go to the binding at output or text. First clear the output because there can be some output from the previous calculation. Clear the output and then using binding in the input dot text dot append. Actually dot text no needed, directly append the string. So first I will finish writing and then explain what happened here. Okay. Okay, that's all. So don't worry, I will explain fully from the append click. So in the append click, we are passing one boolean value and string value. Okay, if that is whatever you clicked, if it is a number from 1 to 9 and these three things, then these two lines will execute. If it is a number, if it is this things like C, open bracket, close bracket, division, symbols, this 3 lines will execute. So how it has happened? So if you're clicking number means first the output is cleared, and then whatever number you are passing is added to the input. So only you are appending that. Appending means add next to that. So if already there is 1, 2, if you are clicking 3 means you will get 1, 2, 3 here. Okay. While using while running the app, you will get to know. Okay. Maybe I will just run the app and then show. So meanwhile, while running, so if it is symbols means okay, it installed. See, if it is sing, okay. See, if there is 1, 2. So if I entering 3, it will trigger this thing. It will trigger this 3 button and then pass the boolean as true, string as 3, and it goes inside that. Since if boolean is equal to true, it will execute this. Like you can also keep is equal to true. If it is false, this part will execute. So since we have clicked the number, it will be true only. Then the output is cleared, and then whatever number you are entering, see if I enter 3 means it will go into the input, TV input. Okay. So in the else part, if we enter a symbol like X, what happens is first it gets the it sees whether there is any output or not. If there is any output, it will get. Since there is no output now, this line is not executed. And then same procedure. Whatever in the text you are entering, please see this line. It goes into the, and then output is clear. Okay, let me show with example of output. 12 plus 2 is equal to 2, 14. Okay, see, now there is an output. So when you are clicking another symbol like X, this output goes to the top, and then the symbol is appended. See, the output goes to the top. That output goes to the top. That is because of this line. And then the symbol is appended. See the symbol of multiplication because we use this. And then the output is cleared. That is because of this line. Okay. So that's about the calculator project. See, I think so. We have used more time for 2 projects itself. I think I can't able to cover the currency project. So let me come back to the Google session. So guys, do you have any questions on the calculator project? I think so. The third project I can't able to cover because it takes another hardly 20 to 30 minutes to finish that. But there are some other topics I should explain about the resume building. So guys, is there any questions about the calculator project? Let me just show the currency project. This is the currency project I have built. So, but I'm not gonna explain that. We have car view linear layout. So you can find this in my repo, but you can learn it by yourself. But it uses, see, it uses this URL. It uses this URL to get the input from the web itself, from the API. So let me run and show this app. Let me go to the calculator app. See, this app output is like there are euro and USD. If I click USD and to euro in 1 USD is equal to 0.82 euros. Same like euro to USD. See, it automatically changes without the interaction of any button, anything. So it's more or like an advanced app that is nothing but we use many concepts like coroutines and JSON objects. So these are used for networking because all the companies uses APIs for the data transfers. Okay. So this app you can find in my GitHub repo. If there is any doubt in this app, you can ask me personally in the group, or also I will share my contact number in the group, so you can message me and ask. Okay. So I'm closing this project. So today that's all about projects. Now I think so we can move to the future trends of the Android. Okay. Come on, guys, put something in chat so that I can able to move on to the next topic. Can I move to the next thing? Yes. Okay. So actually, sorry for like doing only 2 apps. I thought of doing 3 apps, but if there are any other sessions or anything, I will surely try to cover the third app. So now, guys, I don't want to get bored by the slides, but let me make it some interesting using. I'm not like gonna read from the sites. It just shows the images. I will tell everything about it. Okay. So okay, as of now, whatever we have done is we have done projects. So that is only 25 to 30% of the session, maybe 40%. So the other 2 parts is what are the future trends in Android. So guys, to begin with this, everybody knows the many history about Android development. When it started as Google bought Android in 2005, Android was developed by Andy Rubin, many things. But what that all past? What is going to be in the future? How Android development gonna make change in the people's lives? So to do that, let me do this screen slideshow. Why I can't able to do the full screen? Wait. Okay. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay, future trends in Android. So guys, Android has been like the first version released in 2008. So there are graphs from the 2009. So see, when you see the curve, the growth of Android devices is increasing only. It's not decreasing. Either in one point also, it's not decreasing. Maybe here in the 2017 and 18. This data are like approximate data only. See, the predicted form of Android is 2023. It's 87.4% in the total usage of mobiles. So Android has a tremendous opportunity in the upcoming years. So there is no need to worry about the the Android will go soon or else the job opportunities will be less. No, it's going to be increasing. I will show the proofs of that. Okay, in the last slides, I took some screenshot yesterday night in my LinkedIn. So I will show some proofs of that, like small proofs only. You can get to know the system so easily. So what happened is the growth of the Android is increasing. You can see BlackBerry, Windows, iOS, everything. Android only tops the list. Okay, so this future trends in Android I divide into two things. First thing will be what and all you should learn to become an advanced Android developer, not basics. What other thing I'm going to say is for advanced Android development. So don't jump directly into this. Just to take note of these topics like advanced topics of the advanced concept, but don't go directly into studying that because to study that you need to finish the basics and then some medium level of projects. After that you can go to the advanced concept. But all the major industries use this advanced concept to make their app more efficient. So this future trends is divided into two parts. First I will say what and all need to study, and second part I will talk about the industry of Android. Okay, so let's move to the first part. First part is advanced concept one. It's Android Jetpack. See guys, Android Jetpack is a group of libraries. You don't need to worry about that. Android Jetpack is a group of libraries. Okay. What it has is it has four components: architecture, UI elements, behavior, foundation. So in the architecture, there are like data binding library, life cycles, live data, navigation, paging, room, view model, work manager, and so on. Like in UI, you have auto, TV and VR, emoji, fragment, layout. Okay, so Android Jetpack is a group of libraries. These like 15 to 20 libraries are there. These libraries will make your life so much easier. Like if you use Java, means you won't get more access to the libraries. Only Kotlin provides many access to these libraries. So don't forget to study about the Jetpacks because in future Jetpack libraries are going to play a major role. Okay, so let me tell you some about the libraries. So in data binding libraries, nothing but we have seen a concept called view binding, right? So in view binding, we bind views with the code. In data binding, we not only bind views with the layout code, we not only bind the views with the code, we also bind data. What are the data that's coming from the code? Okay, so it's an advanced version of view binding. Okay, life cycle is nothing but Android life cycle. Live data is nothing but it's like a part of architecture. Let me talk more about the architecture in the upcoming slides. Live data is nothing but it waits. It's like a holder, data holder that is used to observe the changes in the view. So if there is a UI, means what are the changes occurring in the views will be detected by live data. Okay. So navigation means we are using indent, right, for moving from one activity to another activity, main activity to this this activity to that. In navigation, it's just like a normal marking. Like you can click this activity, and then boom, both are connected. You don't need to use indent or anything. So like that, only paging is used to display some data, some large data. Room is a inbuilt library, SQL library. So in Java, we use SQLite as library. In Kotlin, Room is the newer version of SQL. And view models, menu, work manager, app component is nothing but all the components you use in the app are present in that component. And then in the UI, you have many things like VR is nothing but Android Watch OS. So like that. So these are some topics in the Jetpack. You need to be make sure before you are attending some job interviews. For internships, these are not mandatory. So if you go to a job means knowing about Jetpack components give you edge over others. Okay. So this is one thing about the Jetpack library. The other libraries, like other concept is, what are the second concept you should learn? You can take a screenshot of this page, or else I will share the PPT in the group if you ask me. So what is the other thing is Jetpack Compose. So it is the logo of Jetpack Compose. What is Jetpack Compose? Building UI using Jetpack Compose. So see guys, you see me doing copy and paste, right? That a lot of XML code in the calculator, like 4 buttons, another 4 buttons, another 4 buttons, another 4 buttons. So now these things are done in the XML. As of nowadays, from many years, XML only. This Jetpack Compose library makes a new opportunity to create that same UI in the Kotlin itself. Meaning, you no need to use a resource file itself, like activity main activity. So activity main is the XML file. You don't need that file itself. So this concept is in the alpha stage only. It's not to the all users. It's in the alpha beta stage only. So guys, this concept is not so much new. You need to worry about that. This concept is already in the Flutter and some iOS concepts. So I think so everybody know about Flutter. So Flutter, you can directly create the views and code in single file itself. You don't need two separate files. Okay. So using that, there is so much boilerplate code you can eradicate. You don't have to use find view by ID anymore. Many things. So this Jetpack Compose is one of the important thing in the future, but it has not been released yet. But even though I'm telling you, because if someone asks you about the Jetpack Compose, you need to be able to explain them what is Jetpack Compose, even though it is not released or made for everyone. But surely it will come in the future, and everybody in the Android community is waiting for that, because it makes you do a lot more work in the small time. You can handle all the UIs in the core itself. So next, MVVM. What is meant by MVVM? So everybody has a question like, what is this new name? So MVVM, it's an architecture. Architecture means whenever you're building a new builder, whenever you're doing some new building, like building a house or a office, there will be some architecture people who draw these things should come into this thing. This way should be here, and this is the size of this. So not all the apps use architecture, only some bigger apps, because whenever the app size gets big, it is harder to maintain. So if you have 2 activities, it's not problem. What if the app has some 30 activities, 40 activities? Whenever you're using the app called Uber, Ola, or any such big apps, what if the app size is very large? So it's hard to maintain the app. So MVVM is a most popular architecture in the Android development. Commonly, everybody using. There are other architectures called MVP or MVC, MVI, but MVVM is the most popular. What is the full name of this? Is view model view model. Model view model. Okay, this is the full form of the MVVM architecture. So let's see, even though I'm just saying the topics, but I will explain something about the MVVM. See, model view model. Nothing but model is a data source. So in this only, every data will be there. Either the data can be from the APIs from the internet, or else from the local storage, or else from the database in the local internal itself. So these have all the data of the app. This view model is the business logic. Business logic is nothing but the coding, the programming. Like see, in calculator app we use expression builder, like a plus b is equal to c. That programming and all will be done in the view model side. And in view, nothing but UI components, the buttons, recycle view, scroll view, everything related. So these are the three things that are separated. Okay, this view should not contain any business logic. The business logic should be always in the view model. Only the UI should be in the view. And in model data, so see here you can itself say model change events, update and read. If there is any changes in the view model, it asks for the model, it gives the required data to the view model, and then it displays them in the view. So like by separating these three things, you can easily understand the code, easily extend it to the another program or software, or easily able to test. You can write unit test easily. Like testing is the main part of the Android development. They are done by testers. There are special testers in all the industries. So if the industry uses this type of architecture for the testers, it will be easy to write the test and easily able to test the apps. So the next topic is, so that is the third topic, I think so we see. The fourth main thing is Kotlin coroutines. See, Kotlin, I think so everybody is aware of the concept called threads. Threads in Java. Thread is nothing but it's execution of the program. So see, if you have 5 lines of program means, and another 5 lines of program means, the first 5 lines will execute first, and another 5 lines will execute after the first 5 lines is executed. But it takes so much time. See, if you are opening the app and the UI is building, and after the UI building only, it fetches the data from the internet and displayed in the UI. But if you use thread means, you can put 5 lines in the first thread and put another 5 lines in the second thread. And if you run the application means, both will run parallelly. That means when the time of building the UI itself, the data will be already fetched from the internet and stored. And then after the first thread is finished, like first 5 lines is finished, the view is ready, the data is passed to the view and it's shown to the user. So this is the concept of threads. But coroutines is advanced concept of thread. Like it is in Kotlin only. So what is coroutine means? They are often considered as the lightweight threads. Because, so what is the difference between coroutine and thread? So coroutines can run inside a single thread. See, you can run many coroutines inside one thread itself. See, one thread itself will execute one process only. But inside one thread, you can run multiple coroutines, okay? And all the coroutines can run in parallel itself. See, inside one thread, you can run 3 coroutines, means that 3 coroutines will run in parallel, okay? So that is the main feature of coroutines. So it overcomes the disadvantage that thread skip. Because in thread, you need to create separate threads. But in coroutine, you can run many coroutines in one thread itself. So using that, we can able to do a lot more things in an efficient manner. And what are the advantages of coroutines? So in coroutines, they can pause and resume the work whenever they want. Okay. So whenever you need to pass the one coroutine and another coroutine, you can pass, and the third coroutine will run. So after the third coroutine is run, you can turn on the second coroutine. So in this way, you can easily manage the coroutines. And switching from one thread to another thread is easy using coroutines. Like you can switch the process, like thread 1, thread 2 means inside the 3 coroutine means you can easily switch the process. So these are the main concept in the coroutines. Okay. So next is, I think so this is the last one, this is some of the hardest concept they say in the Android development, because it's not easy to learn. You can learn the other 4 concepts I said easily, but this is somewhat a difficult concept that called as dependency induction. So dependency injection, it takes at least like 30 minutes to explain this fully. But like I'll give us, like, you guys know this topic alone. You can refer in the Google or net later. But what I'm going to do is just say small things about the dependency injection. So dependency injection means whenever the app gets bigger, the problem occurs, like for maintaining the app. Okay. So to make the app for testing purposes. So whenever the app gets bigger, you need to make sure that all the functionalities works correctly or not. So to achieve that, dependency injection is used, because if you want some dummy values, means you need to change the whole code for one thing. See, if you are for example, let's take a notification app. So if a button is clicked, a notification should come. While testing, to give the dummy notification, you need to change the code. If you in the normal, if you use the dependency injection, means what you can do is there will be like a reference only in the notification. From outside, you can do any values, like you can pass the original notification, or else you can pass the test notification. So by using this, you no need to change the original one, like original code. From outside itself, you can pass whatever thing you want. Okay. So that's all about dependency injection. So I think you may be not clear about the dependency injection, but the concept works in this way. Okay, you can read more about the dependency injection. I think so. Next, so these are the things you should learn. But the things I'm gonna speak is like after this, it's not about the topics. It's about the tense. Okay, we come into the real part of this second part of this topic. So that is VROS by Google. So there is no introduction about the Android watches. So actually Android watches have so much future. So since the many mobile companies started to give Android OS, VROS is official OS by Google for the watches. So it is powered by Android only. So you can also create watch apps in the Android Studio itself, like even test them. Like there will be a, like you see some virtual mobile, there will be a virtual watch to test your apps. Okay. So to do that, you can go to the Google developer page and study more about the Wear OS. So if anybody is interested in the smartwatch or anything, they can pursue this as a trend. And the another trend is AR in Android. See, many of them will be using apps like Snapchat and Instagram itself. There is some filters which will change our face or anything. So all these things are in the AI only. So there are many things that is coming in the AI. To let you know, there is a website called AR/VR Google. So if you go to this website, means see, this is the future of maps, but it's not as released now. It's only for some devices. See, using like original street itself, you can walk. The another example of AR. So this is the official website for AR in Google. If you want to learn more about the augmented reality, you can go to this website. So Google has more opportunities developing this website, because in the future there will be, you can see a lot more AR apps, because for even from navigation to photos, anything. And the next is okay. So this is the third part of this topic. So these are the must-learn things for getting job. So for getting job, you need to know these things. Like material design is not most important, but I put somewhat like that. So material design is the thing, but the design principles that Google has already predefined in their website, so that like how a edit text should look like, what colors is best. So you can refer material design, but Firebase, GitHub, and networking. So I will always say like when a person is job ready means whenever he's able to do the network request, like fetch the data from the internet and show it in the app, and building some projects in the networking. So that is when a person is fully ready for applying for the job. So these are the must-learn concepts in the Android development. Okay, and then see this is the in the LinkedIn, like this is the screenshot I took yesterday night. See, to show you guys the number of job opportunities available for Android development. So I typed Android development I typed only in India, not in the world also. And see, there are totally 18,506 job opportunities that is readily available for Android development. Okay, there are like thousands and thousands of internship available for freshers. Okay, so this is the job market of Android. Okay, so regarding the salary, I also put some screenshot about that. These are only fresher salary. So if you go up and up after 2x of experience or 3x of experience, your salary will be only increasing because Android market is huge. So that's all about future trends. Okay. I think so. I covered 2 parts of the session, and still we have some time. There's a question. What is the difference between apps and progressive web apps? Can Android do both? Actually, your question is like apps means whatever apps we are building in the Android Studio are called native Android apps, which only runs in the native. Progressive web apps means, wait. Okay. See, to answer your question, can Android do both? Actually, Android cannot do both because progressive web app is built in the browser, but Android apps are built in the Android Studio. So in Android Studio, you can only build Android apps. For building progressive web apps, you need to use JavaScript. So that is used by web developers. You can also build progressive by learning JavaScript. Okay. Progressive web apps are nothing but you don't need to download that app. You can directly using the link itself. See, there are many progressive web apps like Instagram, Facebook. There are apps, but even though there are some progressive web apps, means using the Instagram.com domain itself, you can access the whole chat or everything. But that is built using React.js, JavaScript. But apps are built using like normal native apps are building using Android Studio. What is powerful means, in my point of view, native apps are so powerful because it uses all the things directly from the Android Studio itself. Okay. So guys, is there any other questions? Since it's going to be 7, and I'm gonna take some time to show resume part. Can I move to the resume part? Come on, say it in chat. If there are no doubts, say no. And okay. So I think my screen is visible. So like first I thought about 2 apps and then I go on to the future tense in Android. Now regarding the resume preparation, this slide is somewhat big, but I will try to finish it in 10 to 5 minutes so that you don't get so much. Okay, so I think I need to share my screen again. So guys, first let me show some basic resume I got from the internet. See guys, resume is like I have some experience in building resume because I got some 3 to 4 internships at from on resume itself. Like so I have some experience in resume, so I will able to like give some overview. So see guys, this resume looks like somewhat like ugly, but that is not the point. Whatever resume you're building, if you like whatever font you are using, whatever colors you're using, there is no need of it. Like you can build a simple resume like this also. Nobody is gonna judge you regarding the resume because the content in the resume is important more than what you have decorated. Some will say that the more you decorated, the more they doubt your resume because okay. So this is one resume and this is another resume. So actually, first let me give the overview of the resume. What I would do in the resume. First, always take the header session to write your name and a small thing about you. It can be like this line or else a summary like this. A small introduction, like just 2 lines or 3 lines is enough. Okay. So after that, always mention these 2 things. Actually, addresses are also not important, but email and mobile number, email and mobile number, email and mobile number, email and mobile number should be in the top corner. Okay. So these are the 2 things that should be always in the heading of the resume. And then the other things are education section, your experience and internship training, your projects. Guys, these are many mistakes students will do is like they always omit the project section. Even though they have done some good projects, they will always try to omit that. Okay. So don't forget this part. And skills and some additional information about you. So this is one type of resume. Let's see another thing. So here same education, same technical skills, same experience, same project, training and workshops. Actually you don't need this. So for attending 2 workshops or 3 workshops, you no need to put about attend a 2-day workshop and all. So if you have any certification, you can include that, but workshop is not important. Achievements, you can put your great achievements you've done and extracurricular activities. Don't put hobbies if you are not aware of the thing already. Like somebody will put hobbies and inside that they will put watching movies. So that is not a hobby. Okay, hobbies means hobby should represent you like as a technical or as a managerial person. Like hobby is something like if you have some hobbies like volunteering or some of the drawing, sketching, you can put that. So it uses for the education purpose or something. But other than that, if you don't show up with hobbies, don't put that, okay? But the contact number and name should be in the top, because in contact number only, like they were able to contact you for further things in the using email or mobile number, okay? So this is a normal resume should look like. You can all, like, since I said no colorings or no fonts, it's not like that. You can also do some. See, I have my resume, I think so. So this is the resume I done in for my one internship in my college internship, like a college told to do a resume. So here I have done certifications. Like if I click this certificate, it will open directly into the Google form. So in this way, I'm showing the proof of my skills. Okay, always try to attach as many proofs so that you can convince the interviewer like you are actually skilled, and write a small description about the internship you have done, skills, and my LinkedIn profile, my mobile number. I put my mobile number things here, but it actually best to put in the top right corner. Okay, so these are the things. So since you see about some two resumes, I think so you have got some idea. See, resume can be like this format, or my resume I shown like some colorful. You can also do like don't do too much like coloring with many things. Okay. So how to write a resume? There are 26 slides, I think so, 24. I will try to cover as much as possible, because actually there is nothing much to cover. It's easy only. First one is your accomplishment. Accomplishment means while you're writing for a job, you no need to like you no need to repeat the job responsibilities. Everybody knows as an Android developer, you will develop Android apps. Everybody will know that, but you need to tell what have you done as an Android developer in that company. Have you increased the revenue? Have you solved this particular problem in the particular part of the app? Have you improved the efficiency of the app? So that is where this comes into play. You need under the job summary, you should not write what all you need. You should not tell job responsibilities. You need to tell what I did in the job to increase the company's career growth or company's revenue. So that is the thing about accomplishment. Second is job opening. So whenever you are seeing an internship, since I think so you are all in the college area, so what all you need to do is like just research about the internships and the available position. Is it good fit for you? So it's not related to resume, it's related about the job open. Third thing is contents of a resume. See, these are the main contents in the resume. Contact details, see, that is the most important. And resume headline, nothing but your name and the details. Resume summary. So if you are a fresher, means it's always recommended to have a summary. And if your work experience in the type of internship, means you can either put as internship experience or some work experience title. Inside that, in the reverse chronological order, you need to mention like what is the last job you had should be in the first of the work experience. Okay, so on education qualification, since freshers we always came directly from the academic, so education qualification is one thing you should do. Specialized skills, any skills you have like Android development or any machine learning, something important about any recognition you get in your college, any hackathons you won, not participated, won. Because actually participating is the good thing, but even though when you're doing in a resume, you should always put some achievements. Okay, resume summary. So guys, don't send every summary to every jobs. Okay, so whenever you are using some objective or some summary, like 3 to 4 lines. You need to customize for every job, because for one you will apply to an Android developer, for another you will apply to mobile designer means. Okay, so you need to customize to both. Like here it is totally design, here it is totally development. So you need to customize based upon the job. Okay, so how can you identify application? See, you can ask these questions yourself. Did you increase the company growth? Like how much? How did you? What is the process of improve? What process you followed to solve that error? Like, see, another question is, did you save the company money? How you saved that? Who led the project? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself and identify the accomplishment you've done. And simply write this in the point by point storytelling in resume. Add like stories to your resume with stories. Like small stories, like how you got interested in mobile development means you can say like from my father bought my first mobile when I was studying in 9th standard or something, and I fell in love with mobile phones. And after that, I used more apps, so that made me to do some mobile app. I did more research on the mobile development, and later that I discovered Android Studio. So these things you can like tell the interviewer, so that it will be like giving a personal touch to your resume, so it will give slight edge to others. And then providing some evidence or result. The power of words. See, in resume, you should not like use all some normal words and all. You should use like solved, managed, developed, presented. Like if you have solved some error means I solved this part of the error. If you manage some 4 people means I have managed 4 people to do this kind of result, and this increase the sales to this percentage. So these are the things like you should do. You can take the screenshot of this page, or else I will share, don't worry. So keywords, see, keywords are main thing. Okay, so only there is a separate session called skills, and you list all the keywords in there, because see, like a big companies like Google, Microsoft, they get thousands and thousands of applications every year, every month. They cannot read all the resumes. Okay, to filter that, what they will do is like they will copy the job responsibilities they put in the page, and they have a system called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. So this system filters the resume. If you pass on resume, it will say that it is related to this job or not. So if you forget to mention important keywords in resume, that ATS will remove your resume. So you won't get job interview itself. If you don't get job interview, how can you prove yourself in your interview? So passing the ATS is important test for your resume. Okay, so be careful with the keywords you are using. So it should be related to the job advertisement. So always customize keywords based upon the job advertisement. Okay, if they are put these things at these things, if you know that things, put that the same. Like don't make any difference. Okay, 3 things to avoid. See, everybody will in the something like they will put goal oriented and hard worker. See, everybody like who are working in some companies, they are hardworking only. Not everybody, but maximum of them is hardworking only. Highly qualified, extensive experience, team player. Actually, for going into a company, you should be a team player. You should not put that as a special skill. Okay, so these are some things to avoid. See, mistakes of the resume. Main mistake is spelling mistake. They should not find any spelling mistake in the resume. And second is tiny font size. Resume should be readable. Okay, so a font size should be minimum, and using jargons. Jargon means technical terms, because first of all, the resume will go to the HR department. They will refer that, and they will check their job responsibilities, and then only they will forward to the technical department. So HRs don't understand so much terms. So you need to make sure your resume satisfies both the technical peoples and non-technical peoples. Okay, so avoid using jargons. Listing responsibilities. Responsibilities like see, as I said already, what are the job responsibilities? Like my job is to create Android object. My job is to write this thing, that thing. Or you should be able to mention the accomplishment, what you accomplished in that job. Okay, And another mistake is not customizing your resume. So not customizing, sending same resume to every different job offer you are offered. It won't work itself. Even the ATS system will reject you. Incorrect information, okay, or listing references or lying. So these are the mistakes you always make in the resume. See, and another type of mistake is very, very important, like unprofessional email address. So it's many students will make this, like there will be like some example Rocky Rajesh. So it's like not a professional one, right? You can use it for personal, but always try to create some professional mail address. Okay, so it will be used because it gives the impression about you, like what type of person you are. So well, interacting with the company, you should always show the professionalism. So always avoid the unprofessional email address and not using keywords. I already said about the ATS. Poor layout and formatting. See, like giving proper spaces, proper white spaces. So these are the things you should avoid. The resume should be ordered perfectly, and enough space should be like don't put so much information in that one part itself. Okay, if the resume is more than one page, okay, no problem. Resume, like nobody says the resume should be one page. For fresher, many of them will say it should be one page, but if you have some important information, like no more like not stories and all, you can always go for a two-page resume. So that's not always. So there is nothing but in this slide. Just not use casual language, plain representation. So this is about researching the company. So if you research about the company, you can personalize the resumes, customize based upon the company, and it will be useful in the technical interview also. Comparing with it. See, I already said about ATS. Most resume will be scanned by applicant tracking system. See, ATS can quickly screen the resumes using the keywords, skills, abilities, and qualification. See, ATS will be given keywords, skills, abilities, and qualification in the system itself. So when you pass the resume, it compares the keywords, skills, abilities it has with the keyword, skills, and abilities you have. So if this work means your resume will be in the table, or else it will be in the trash. Okay. So these are the things you need to make sure. So these are the types of resumes. The most used type is reverse chronological order. As I said, the last job will be your first, and last education should be your first. Like if you finished university means first university is to come, and then only 11th standard, 12th standard, and then only 10th standard. Okay. And this functional skill-based resume is not used in most cases. It's used for people who try to change jobs, or some freshers also use that. But the combination of chronological and functional is mostly used by everybody. See, I already said about reverse chronological order, skill-based resume. So it's mostly like see here it said used when you have gaps in employment or little work experience, trying to change your career. See, this is combined. Combined means you have both skill-based resume and chronological resume combined. So you can always go with this format, like, and resume length depending on how much experience. See, the ideal resume can be from 1 to 3 pages. 3 pages is not advisable for freshers. So what I say is 2 pages is fine. You can stick to 1 page itself, but having 2 pages is no problem if you have enough contents to put and enough things to store in the portfolio. Like, so that's all about writing a biography, how to write, routine management, maintenance. So that's all. So that's all about resume. Okay, is there any things I should talk about resume? Is there anything I left? So guys, I think so. I've done the 3 topics. So is there anything you need to ask from me? Anything related to Android development or resume, or you want to ask your questions? We can wind up this session after the question and vision. Krishnan, are you there?
Thank you, Mr. Kishore, for this wonderful session. We really enjoyed it. Your generosity and thoughtfulness are very much appreciated. We sincerely thank you for making time in your busy schedule to help us by sharing your thoughts. Also, we appreciate you guys for being patient, and a sincere thanks for making this event even more incredible. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah,
Kishore.
actually, I saw many of them staying till last.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very appreciated.